What's up, my name is Kiahonfire, and welcome back to Conan Exiles. Today we are looking at Test Life Update 2.2. It's an absolutely massive overhaul where they completely change the way that your stamina works and shields, and there's loads and loads of bug fixes. So something really exciting happening to the Exiled worlds, and some things look actually really good from what I've seen. A little heads up though before I start this video, I'm going to have to warn you, they have a really weird bug right now, which you're going to hear throughout the video when I'm testing things, that apparently your character makes the noises of a rock nose. Yes, a rock. I don't know what they did to make this happen. I don't know, but it's just really peculiar and weird. Whatever I do, it doesn't matter. I make rock nose noises. I really don't know how they got that messed up that bad, but you know, we'll roll with it. Today's video, a bit of a humorous one, right? I'm sure our little friend won't mind, well, I suppose our ancestor now will not mind us using his vocals for the video anyway. Okay, so new stam and shield systems. The system has to be revamped to be more consistent across all actions. They've introduced the exhausted state, which will replace the old grayed out stamina state. Also, armor and encumbrance will no longer increase stam costs, but will affect regeneration rates. Shields have also been given some love, making them a more active feature, where skilled players will have to balance their use, as any blocked attacks will now drain stam, which is not quite working, and having an active blocky shield will regenerate it at a slowed rate. Also, some things about the new stam changes is I want to go into detail about what they did with the new balance here. Apparently, their carried load no longer increases the cost of stamina consuming actions. This should result in reductions being more consistent in their cost. Armor type no longer increases the cost of some stamina consuming actions such as climbing. Armor type and carry load now modify the rate which you can regen stam. So if you have heavy, it's going to take longer to regen. If you have light, it's going to take less time. So the values of each armor type and encumbrance level are tweakable via server settings if you're not happy with that. Exhaustion is now removed when your current stam state is greater than 0, instead of being removed when you've regenerated your entire bar. And now stamina now regenerates while blocking, but at a slower rate, which is really lovely, because before you used to run away to go and recharge. Now you can just hold your shield up and then regenerate behind it, providing the boss doesn't hit all the stam out of you either way. It seems to be a lot quicker. Instead of just being all tired and having to wait for the full bar to fill, now you can just get straight back to attacking with a low amount of stam. So if you wanted to, well, exhaust yourself per se, and then wait for the, there we go, you can pop up the shield and then we can just recharge behind the shield as it goes all the way up. So it's actually a lot more nicer to block combat that way, where you don't have to wait for the full thing to recharge. You go back your days pretty happily as well. Like I said with shields, you can see the durability on this one. It used to be about 7k. It goes down really quickly now. So if something really big is hitting you, that durability is going to tank. So you're going to have to spend a lot more time repairing your shields. Whereas before I could go seasons without repairing them really at all, to be polite in the ways. They just, you know, didn't really take too much of a beating. You could use them for a very long time and they would be completely fine, but now that is definitely not a thing. You definitely have to be more careful in combat when it comes to shield play, because they are going to lose a lot more durability. They've also changed something with the building systems. They have a new upgrading system, so building pieces can now be upgraded or downgraded to any piece or the same type. Behind the scenes, this has allowed us to present a more robust, friendly set of tools modders can take full advantage of. There's also different control settings for full damage as well, if you're on unofficial servers or single player. So those all are new things, and then they just have tons and tons of bug fixes. I mean, look at this. Oh my god. That's a lot of bug fixes, which is lovely to see because we always love some good bug fixes. And hopefully this does not introduce more bugs than the last one did, rather than take them away. So we'll definitely see with this testing here, give it a good old try. Also, another massive thing I noticed is the NEMEDIAN helmet and the Godbreaker boots no longer repair other items. I don't know why they're taking this out the game. I mean, it's pretty nice to have and not always overly easy to get. I mean, the NEMEDIAN probably is a lot easier to get than the Godbreaker boots themselves, but they've just taken them all out, and now the stats have been risen higher than normal values. So that is a shame that that's happened, but that is apparently a thing now. So the values have been upped on it apparently, so it's durable and high armor instead of repairing. So durability is 1800, armor is 176. It is no longer possible to dodge when encumbered, so you can now not do any of that. So you have to stick to the dagger moves, and I will check if they still work. But you cannot just dodge to move along anymore, unfortunately. That is not a thing. Also a thing they've changed is the Yoggs Touch. It is no longer having any armor pen on it, so before you'd be able to use armor penetration on it, now it has been reduced down to 0%, so there is no more armor pen on the Yoggs Touch. They also did a bunch of temperature insulation changes to the durable light and medium sets that you can make via the delving bench, and they also changed that with the black hand boots as well. They also adjusted a lot of weights to things, so they reduced the weight of wraps to 0.1, but the infused wraps still have the original weight, but it will be adjusted in the future update. They also have adjusted weights for armor paddings, and they have also lowered the stats for ancient weapons. So meaning any of these ancient weapons here, they all have lower stats now than they previously did. Also, if you're a Siptah bunny, they now have changed the storm, so it has no effect on mount endurance by default anymore. And the storm upstart and dissipation time is now 1 minute by default. They have also fixed that really annoying issue with Siptah where the vault chests wouldn't refill their contents after being opened previously. Well, apparently that is now fixed, so if you go into the vaults now, you should be able to have your full end chest happily and just be able to take your stuff instead of before opening it and then having no reward, which was of course very frustrating. They also did some weapon and repair hammer and skinning knife fixes, so that included the dribble tag and decado tools. They didn't display correctly in the weapon racks. They also have changed a few weapons as well. The hammer fag now correctly provides bonus strength, before it did not, and the Kari weapons now correctly grant the intended bonus attributes. How embarrassing. But now they work at least. And also the Graceful Knight legendary weapon now drops with full durability. They've also changed some storm creatures in a way, so before there was a lot of poison bombing where people were going with poison and just kill lots of elder creatures. Well, now they've changed them, so anything Shagai, Migo or Bokrug do not take any poison damage anymore. And the blood creatures are now immune to bleeding effects, which I suppose makes sense. Alright, so the new building system, the new upgrade system, I'm going to place a couple of foundations down. There we go, and let's see how we do this now. So, can't do it this way. Let me try the repair hammer. See if I can get it to work. No. I think with this one, they pretty much mean just the thing we could do before, which is a bit peculiar, but some things couldn't do it, so like you couldn't upgrade certain objects into certain things. Oh yeah, I'm seeing it now. Before it would smash if you were going to place something in there. Now it does not smash. So a minute there I was like expecting like a full kind of change-o thing, but no, now it just places in nicely and you can have that nice upgrade. Also, something with the new shields is they changed them in different ways via PvP. So when an attacker hits a blocking character or when a defender blocks an attack with a shield, they may enter a rebound stun state. So blocked attacks now deal stun damage equal to their base health damage. Whenever a shield blocks an attack, it loses durability. If a shield loses all of its durability as a result of an attack, the defender may enter a shield break stun state. They have also increased the invincibility frame on dodges from 0.2 seconds to 0.4. Apart from that, that's all I have for today. Expect some videos about this in the future as well, because I've noticed a few things I wanted to cover more in depth that we just don't have time for today. But anyway, thank you for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!